In today's video, we're going to see what happens if we cook eggs in a slow cooker overnight. What you see before you, eggs, cookie dough, and hot dogs, are all foods that are traditionally cooked fairly quickly. Let's see, the instructions for the cookies here are saying 12 to 13 minutes. Eggs are usually like 4 minutes.
4 or 5 minutes,
depending
maybe.
on what, boiling them is taking longer, frying them faster.
Hot dogs are done.
Hot dogs, you
just heat them up.
We're gonna take all 3 of these things, put them in these crock pot slow cookers, and let them go overnight on low.
So the exact opposite of everything that you want with cooking. We're making it take longer than it needs to in a way that we don't actually even know if any of this stuff will survive.
No clue at all. Here's the basic idea. We're going to take 3 foods that usually cook fairly quickly, and we're going to see what happens if we turn down the temperature and turn up the time. We're going to put all 3 foods in slow cookers and leave them to cook overnight.
We don't think anybody's ever attempted this before. We're going to.
I'm hoping that we get a cookie, but I'll be honest, I have some doubts.
I have some concerns.
I have some concerns.
From my research, on average, the low temperature on a crock pot is about 200 degrees Fahrenheit. And that's good. It's warm enough to kill any germs, pathogens, and all that might be growing in here. The problem is whether it's high enough to actually burn stuff over a long period of time, like eggs. So just for the record, Nestle has warned me against what I am doing. I just want to acknowledge that they are not advocating that you eat cookie dough like this. But as my friend Jason says, if you weren't supposed to eat cookie dough out of the tub, then it wouldn't come in tubs.
I'm just filling this with eggs.
Yep. Do you have predictions? What do you think is gonna happen?
I think this is all gonna burn horribly. I've seen people make cakes in slow cookers before. That is a pretty cool thing you can do.
Probably not overnight.
No, not overnight. So I'm really not sure what'll happen. I do think it'll cook, but the consistency, I've got no clue. Okay, that's 20 eggs.
Do add a little bit of milk and just stir a little. And then I'm adding a little under half a cup of water to the hot dogs, just get some steam going in there. I don't like boiled hot dogs, so I don't want to add a lot, but.
I'm worried about how badly these are going to burn, so we are going to turn on the crock pots outside.
Yeah, we're gonna leave these plugged in overnight, but outdoors where if something starts to burn, maybe put off a little smoke, it's okay. We've got our 3 crock pots plugged in 3 different spots. Plenty of ventilation out here. If anything does start smoking, it shouldn't really be a problem, but it should be good.
We broke stuff.
Oh, this has gone weird. All right, so we've got our hot dogs, our cookie dough, and our eggs.
Everything is a question now. Hot dogs? Eggs?
Let's just take quick looks at them. They're still plugged in, still cooking technically at this point.
Smells like cookie.
Smells like cookie, but there is like some burned smell to it. So I'm guessing like some chocolate was on the edges somewhere and and obviously some parts like didn't cook right. I don't even know what.
There's definitely sort of a rancid smell happening.
It's weird.
We just left cookies in a 200-degree environment for a while. You're not supposed to do that. These are the hot dogs. Let's take a look at these. Oh gosh,
Look a little overcooked on the sides and maybe a little rubbery in the middle. We'll take a closer look inside.
Yeah.
We'll take all of these inside and really look at them.
Everything's bad. Everything's bad. But what Nate's about to show you might actually be a crime against nature.
Eggs.
No! No!
I don't even know what liquid that is that's bubbling on the side.
No!
This was eggs with a little bit of milk gently stirred in. All right, let's take them all in.
Oh gosh.
What do you want to start with? Worst or best?
Oh, let's just get this over with.
All right, well, let's explore what's going on here in the cookie. This top actually kind of looks like a cookie sort of thing.
This looks like a fungus growth.
Underneath, it looks like warm coffee cake.
No, that's
and
burnt.
Really underneath, it's very burnt.
That's burnt coffee. I've never seen Mark back away with the camera that quickly. It's just burnt. It's just burnt. It's burnt all the way up to this goopy. Who the heck? I'm not trying this. I'm
I'm
sorry.
gonna try some from the very top layer here. It doesn't look burnt up at the top. Let's give this a shot. The burn flavor has really permeated all the way up through.
Even into the gelatinous goop?
I didn't try the gelatinous goop
Don't
yet.
try the, no, don't do it.
I don't
Please,
want to try
please
the gelatinous
don't.
goop.
Okay. Good, good.
So, turns out, without ample liquid, this little crock pot gets a little too warm for cookies.
Well, here's the thing. It could have worked if we hadn't left it for 16 hours.
Oh yeah, it might be very possible to cook a blob of cookie dough into sort of like a cookie cake.
Yeah.
But not overnight. That's too long. I was hoping that it would stay at a low enough temperature that nothing would burn. Clearly that's not how this worked out. I'm a little disappointed in that. So what we have a lot, it seems, is about the texture of boiled eggs. And I don't like hard-boiled eggs. I'm just not a fan.
Why is it brown?
Pretty bad?
It tastes like you hard-boiled an egg for about 2 hours.
Well, guess what?
I think the
It was
brown
more.
might be from the milk.
That's possible. Here, does salt help? I think if I were starving to death, I could eat that.
It is all safe for us to eat. It has been at a hot enough temperature for long enough that...
Safe is not the same as good though. So I tried some of the egg white, and it's really, like, it's gone past rubbery. Like if you overcook a hard-boiled egg, usually it gets rubbery. This has gone past rubbery into just like soft again. And maybe that's because of the milk that's in there as well, but like it's very, very soft. Like it barely holds itself together, and that happens when you're chewing it as well.
Okay, that is horribly disgusting, but I'm gonna be honest, it's fascinating.
And weirdly less disgusting than the cookie dough. Like, these are ruined,
Yeah.
but the cookie dough got ruined way harder.
Okay, what? No.
All right, hot dogs. Clearly on the edges, they got a little overcooked. In the middle, less so. Now I did put some water down at the bottom, so these should have been getting steamed the whole time.
Now normally when you put meat in the slow cooker, the idea is that it does this nice soft texture where it just sort of falls apart when you press it
Yeah, it
with a
gets
fork.
tender, you can shred it. Like, it's the best way I know to cook a lot of kinds of pork.
Here's the problem, hot dogs already, oh, shred, okay.
Interesting, like almost a smoke ring going, except it's the
Yeah.
opposite, where it's like pink in the middle and darker all the way around.
All right, I'm gonna try it. Okay, it's not bad.
The lower levels of the hot dog are quite different.
Oh, I'm so glad I tried that before I saw that. Now that I understand where the smoky flavor is coming from, it's more burnt hot dogs. This is actually palatable. Like if you
The
wanted
burning hot dogs
smoked-
added flavor to the
the
non-burning
burning hot dog smoked the other hot dogs.
Oh, all right, let's take out some of these lower level ones that
And,
for some reason
hang on.
completely changed color.
It is more tender.
Good.
But you never wanted that. Like hot dogs are soft enough. These hot dogs are just falling apart in my mouth, and I've learned that that's not a texture you wanted, I've decided just now. That's not an acceptable hot dog texture anymore. But the flavor of this is still a flipping hot dog.
It's okay. It is worse. I think the water pulled some parts of the flavor out, and then like it cooking in its own oils like put some less pleasant part of it back in.
Yeah.
And overall,
I'm going with one of the weird multicolored ones that was in the middle level. You've got a bottom level there, don't you?
it's just unpleasant.
Do we have ketchup? Can
No.
I cover this up in any other way? I don't actually think I can save this, but we're gonna attempt. With two of the greatest inventions ever known to mankind, if you're ever gonna try and fix the flavor of anything, I don't care if it's your wedding cake. Like if you wanna fix the flavor of something, you add bacon and you add cheese.
So while she's attempting to fix that, I'm not saying that we are particularly enjoying anything we've got here, but we are open to trying other stuff in a slow cooker. If you've got a good idea of things we should try in a slow cooker, let us know. Maybe we'll at some point feel foolish enough to try something like this again.
Some of these things can be done. Yes, you could cook eggs like this, not sure why you would want to, but I have seen it where people will scramble the eggs and make an actual souffle or something. You can do that. You can make cakes in slow cookers. You can cook other things. We're talking about, do you want to see us take something and put it in the slow cooker and leave it overnight? Like, we're not timing this, it's just overnight. Let us know.
It looks like a decent hot dog.
I may have saved this.
How is it? Cheesy and bacony with An unfortunate hot dog under flavor.
It's
It's a little on the warm side.
This is now an acceptable hot dog. I would see this and I'd be like,
Would it still be an acceptable hot dog if there was no hot dog in it? Just a bun full of cheese and bacon?
That's called a sandwich. Guys, that's not all. You know, we've always got more for you to see. And if you like this kind of content, make sure to hit that button to subscribe so you never miss out on the fun. We'll see you in the next one. Talk to you then.